sound of the birds on a lovely autumn morning. There's something interesting happening, and we're about to find out exactly which direction it's going to go. Before we get into that, let's have a little chat about where we are currently. It's coming, and it's going to ask a lot of questions for a lot of people. And what is coming? A number of things are coming. A number of things that people have already spoken about and warned about. And it's the idea that the digital ID is going to eventually dictate everybody's lives. At least, of course, that's the plan. And already now, you'd be very aware of already the things that they're talking about in regards to linking it with your money and bits like that. But what is also coming out are things like they're going to be doing a digital driving license. And this, of course, I'm not going to tell you right now, but eventually, and again, this is all part of the coercion and getting everybody onto this same system that will be completely safe and effective, totally unhackable, totally safe. I just walked into a spider web. And I'm not telling you right now, but of course what's going to happen is moving forward it will be a case of, you want to drive, do you? Well, that digital ID thing that you were very, very reluctant to grab hold of, look at all these other people, all these other great people already adopted it. Look, they're driving on the roads and everything. You? Oh dear. See, if you don't go for that digital driving license, then I'm afraid you won't be able to drive. Oh, and it just so happens that the same system that you'll have to have your digital driving license on will also encapsulate your passport, i.e. your ability to travel, your money, your bank accounts. As Starmer recently said, the ability to use your money. People were like, well, I've already got that ability. Yeah, well, this will all be part of it. And this may sound even a little crackers for the people who are paying attention and a little bit more aware of exactly what's going on. But watch this, because this is something that is already being trialled.
Well, these smart trolleys have been trialled at stores in New South Wales for months and it's been deemed a success. They're rolling into the aisles in Queensland and Victoria for the very first time. And as the name suggests, the Scan and Go trolleys allow customers to scan as they shop by clipping on a touchscreen device and tracking every dollar in real time.
Yeah, AI in all its glory, in all its power, helping you with your shopping and keeping it safe and effective like everything else in your life. But basically, of course, what's going to happen is that those type of AI type systems are also going to be linked in with this digital ID system. And eventually what it's going to do is limit you, dictate to you, say to you what you can and can't buy. And food is going to be a major spectrum in regards to exactly what you can and can't do, what you can and can't buy, or what you can and can't consume. And this will also all be linked in with your carbon credits, because if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that the weather has been a big subject, highly debatable subject, or at least should be. But have a look at the things that you can't question, and they will give you an idea as to the agenda and where things are going. And one of the big things that you can't question, including the state of the sky and bits like that, is of course the weather. And that's going to be a big part of it. So buying your meat and your dairy, anything really. It's all going to be tracked on a system like what I've just showed you there, and it will all be linked. And then there will eventually, you know, sounds crackers, but there's systems already out there, already operating like this. Social credit scoring systems that have already been being developed when it comes to what you can and can't consume. You know, there's credit cards and bits out there. It's totally optional at the moment though, guys. Yeah, totally free will type stuff at the moment, but there's credit cards that you can already get and buy for people who are doing the right thing and track your carbon, all the rest of it. Anyway, right, so what did I say initially in regards to something that's interesting that's happening and it's going to shape how things are moving forward? Well, I'm not going to be a slave. That's a decision that I made a long time ago. I'm already a slave. Let's qualify this. We're all slaves. Speaking of slaves, here's a bonus video for you, mostly because I forgot to mention it on the old walkies there. This footage is not, I repeat, not from 2021 warp speed. Nope. This is 2025. People queuing for the juice.
This is everyone queuing for the COVID vaccine. Yes, sir.
Just to different degrees, different levels, we are slaves. Speaking personally, they take most of what I earn. I think I can see a little deer. See if I can turn you around. Don't know if you can see it. Just saw something quite large. It wasn't Bigfoot. No, that's annoying. They're so well camouflaged, aren't they? They're big old little things. Literally just sorry. I don't think I got a good shot there. That's annoying. We're already a slave. They take most of the little that I earn. They're destroying the landscape. They're making it so when we go out into places like city centres, you can't anymore. And especially if you're a young female, it's a complete no-go zone. I watched a bit of footage of some of the young'uns going out clubbing. Where was it? Manchester. Someone was filming around there, and I saw them, all the young'uns in the queue. And honestly, I thought to myself, how freaking terrifying, honestly. And I really shouldn't be thinking like that, but this is what's being created. The landscape is being destroyed, food is being destroyed, it's more expensive than ever, but shrinkflation means that it's tiny, the quality's getting worse, everything's getting worse. And I'm trying to have a realistic chat that is going to naturally come across negative, because this is what is happening. Now, in regards to that, and moving forward, here's where I think it's going to get interesting. See, they've always pumped out propaganda to us. Ever since they could bleat out the radio or the TV or whatever it was, they, i.e. the people that own the media, knew that they could bleat out as much BS as they wanted to you, right? And that started, obviously, many decades ago. And people have always had that kind of understanding that propaganda's been there, and to an extent, they've been willing to swallow it. What's happening now is they're taking away all the good bits. They're taking away all the positive bits that we used to have in life, like going out and getting a cheap meal, going out and being able to enjoy yourself, go clubbing and feel safe. The ability to have, and again, this is going back a little bit more, but the ability to earn one salary and be able to manage a family. The ability to buy a house on one salary, a decent house for a very, very reasonable price. Things were much better. They've taken all that away. They've destroyed it all, and they continue to destroy it. But what now is interesting is they're still expecting people to swallow as much of the BS as they ever have done previously. They still expect the propaganda to be swallowed without question, just like it always has been. But the issue now, whether they're aware of this or not, or whether they even care or not, that's the other question to this, because again, there's things like intent that need to be factored into this. Whether they care or not, or whether they're aware of it or not, there's going to be many more people who are going to say, like me, yes, I'm aware I'm a slave. Yes, I know that in return, no, and let me frame this right. I already get a lot taken away from me, but as a human, there needs to be some compromise. You feed me BS, you take stuff away from me, but I need something back. But there's going to be more people like me who are going to say, no, because I'm not getting anything back anymore. No, I know I'm a slave, but I'm not willing to be a complete and utter slave. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to have your propaganda shoved down my neck. I'm not willing to live a lifestyle where I can't afford anything. I'm not willing to have your digital ID where everything is tracked and I've got absolutely zero privacy. No, I'm not willing to do that. No. You know why? There's no compromise here. There's nothing. What do I get out of it? And that's the human trait right there. That's how it is. And so it should be. You know, you don't go into a business deal and say, hello, mate. Good day, mate. Don't know why I've gone Australian. You don't sit across from them and say, hey, it's all of it, all of the deal. It's yours. I literally don't want anything from this deal. Be like that. Thank you very much, mate. Because I'm dealing with an Australian. It's such a basic example, but viable, right? Yeah. You run a business like that, you're not in business. You run a life like that, you don't have a life. And that's where I think a lot of people are sitting now. They're saying, I'm not getting anything out of this. Absolutely jack all, mate. Yeah? And now you still expect me to swallow all this too? No thanks, Chief. So to go back to what I originally said, it's going to be interesting to see what comes of that. And when enough, I believe, people have the same thought process as that, where that then leads with things like digital IDs, which I do actually think a lot of people, like the old juice, will be coerced into. But then eventually what will happen after that, as more people realise, hang on a minute, I'm not getting anything out of this, type stuff. It'll be interesting to see how things pan out and move forward. Anyway, you have a great day, and you tell me what you think about it all. Ta-ta.